Hey guys, so I'm just sitting here waiting for my laundry to get done because every time we come open up camp in the summer, I wash the bedding like the first day and all that, so it's not all dusty from sitting all winter in the camper. But I just want to say, like, be easy on yourself because we're all really getting familiar with those things that we have to take a closer look at about ourselves and the way we interact with others. And, as much as I was in denial about things, concerning my situation, at the same time, I played just as much of a role in it as Lance did, And I think about how easy it is for us to just completely blame the other person because they're not, meeting these expectations we want them to meet. But at the end of the day, we have to accept people for who they are. And the perfectionist in me wants things to be a certain way. And like, instead of accepting him for who he was, I was just like projecting what I wanted, right? In a lot of situations. And the reason I come here and I talk about it, I like to talk about the things that I struggle with because that's what actually fucking helps people. Me coming on here and trying to be this perfect person is not what helps people. What helps people is showing them that I'm not a perfect person and that life throws you curveballs. It's so funny. I was trying so hard not to be with Lance. Like, I was trying so hard not to. I was thinking of every negative thing I could think of, and I was just trying to build the momentum in that direction, blaming somebody else when it was like, wherever you go, there you are. It doesn't matter where I go. I take myself with me. I take those things that I haven't seen in myself with me. Now, I'm not saying he's perfect or anybody's perfect, because obviously that's what this whole video is about the fact that nobody is perfect. We're all human. And we're all just here working through, the trauma that has been carried down. Like, we are the ones that decided we're going to do something about it, right? So let's really check and correct ourselves and see where we're just like, when we're in the middle of a trigger, like, really remove your avatar character from the situation and see it from a different perspective. Really see it from the other person's perspective. Because for me, in my relationship, it was like I was making big deal out of things that weren't a big deal. And I couldn't see that. And it was so funny. I tried to move back home. I even got a freaking loan out to get a house and everything to move back home. And I kept getting rejected. I couldn't find a place to rent, nothing. And it was just like Spirit was pushing me back to Lance. And I was like refusing. And you know how people get like, if you go and you talk to a bunch of people and you're in a space that's like not of the highest vibration, you just focus on negative things, then you build more momentum in that direction. And then like you tell your whole family you're moving back home and they all get excited and they have these expectations. And then like, it's like, really just sit with yourself and get really real with yourself about what's best for you. And then recognize, like, is this person really disrespecting me? Is this person really like doing things that are super deal breakers, or am I just blowing something out of proportion because I'm such a perfectionist and I expect that out of myself that I'm projecting that on somebody else? I have such high expectations that they're unrealistic. So yeah, and then it's funny because that separation, like, we hadn't lived together for like 6 months, and now we're getting everything patched up and moving in. But the thing of it is, it's like he had things to learn. It was like two people taking each other for granted. Me and Lance are both runners. That's not, it's definitely the love that keeps us together, because we're both like, okay, goodbye. Like, and that is just not good. That's like very like self-centered, not caring about how the other person feels. And at the end of the day, you guys know I like talking about relationships because relationships are our number one thing that we come here and use as a tool to grow. So yeah, let's talk about relationships, guys. Seriously, let's have these conversations. Let's own our shit so we can get through this, right? And it's funny, like, when you're in a conscious relationship and both people are making that effort and you both like come through something. So I literally, this past 6 months has been hell, the darkest night of the soul I've ever fucking had. But on the other side of it is just a higher vibration. It's just like raising your level of awareness, your level of compassion for others. You open your heart more. For me, I closed off to the point where I don't even want someone to touch me. Like, don't touch me. Like, that's how hardcore I close off, you know? And we have to work through that. We have to open our hearts up. We have to stop putting these walls up and blaming everyone, having high expectations, or whatever it is that you do, because we all got something. So if you're being blocked, maybe because I was trying to force something instead of just flowing with the universe, now I'm flowing and I don't feel as stressed. Like, I've been actually a lot better. Yeah, lots that me and Lance both had to learn. He needed that time away from me. I needed that time away from him, and we come back together. So, and now everything's like, whoa. It's like every time that happens, there's this huge shift in the relationship, and you grow closer. And that's just how it has been for us over the past 4 years that we've been together. We had one separation in the beginning that was 2 months, and then this one that was 6 months. And we both we took it seriously. We tried to see other people, all of it. So guys, check yourself, okay? Love you. Have an amazing weekend.